Okay, so we're back at the Brooklyn Aviator. I tend to like the spot. It doesn't really show a lot over here, but we're in Floyd Bennett Field. It's actually a home of aviation. United States, I guess, had a lot of innovations. I was going to talk about this group called Innovation. It's a high school. It's If you look it up, it's called US First, and it's a competition which is actually meant for colleges and students. It's mostly a high school competition. Hey, what's up? So you won't see much going on in this picture, but this is a home that was rebuilt on an airplane, an Air Force field, as well as an old airport. So actually, on the field that I'm at, they built airplanes here in the past, and I guess Philadelphia, I think, is known for flight, for being the first in flight, or North Carolina. But I just drove from Manhattan to Brooklyn. We're close to the city, and I saw somebody's license plate that said first in flight. But I heard the Wright brothers landed here before. This is Brooklyn, New York, and there's a lot of historic, innovations at the location I'm at. But I was going to talk about this group that was called either First Robotics, First Tech. They build autonomous robots, and I tend to like that kind of stuff. So I was gonna see if anybody wanted to know about it. So they're called US First because they want to try to get America back into building or just being autonomous in terms of building their own stuff. So I guess because the United States is well known for for being free enough that you could think you could you could have a combination of work and play, and somehow that spurs up new thoughts, and it allows some maybe new applications or just new ways of applying things. So like currently, I think like Asia and maybe even Europe, they're ahead of the game in terms of technology. But the United States supposedly has an edge, and of course we're home of like Apple and Beats and some other technology. So like our lifestyle, although it might be less structured or less according to some education systems, we might be a little behind, but somehow our free lifestyle allows us to maybe to excel in certain ways. So this is actually a sports center. We have a gymnasium to the right. You won't be able to see much. They have hockey there too, and I think America excels especially in the sports. Everybody tries to be competitive in that. So I was just thinking how we have all these competitions. We have the Women's World Cup and all these sports that we really count as part of our culture. And we don't tell people how much time they have to spend in each thing, but somehow the personal drive that drives people to sports and that relaxed understanding of lifestyle allows us to. And I think it's cool how the United States has so many winning teams. No, not really. I was going to show though. I was in Manhattan, and I ride a lot of skateboard right over there, and I like trying things a little differently, and I feel like people have been noticing. So that's part of my innovation type of cue. So if you can tell too, I'm surprised there's Asians in this area. My area doesn't really attract a lot of us. I was in Manhattan, which is very diverse. It was south of Manhattan before, so I feel like I've been sort of blessed with a lot of cultural sites today. This is a very homey place actually. So this place is a little dull for me, but it's still it's a sports center. There's a basketball court in front, hockey to the left, and CrossFit, which is like a like really crazy training on the other side. And just various people in the area, mostly sports people, because there's a football game outside. I think they're about like 10 seconds from the end of the football game, and it's mostly for like families, so like everybody's yelling because like I think somebody made a bad call, and that's if you were to check out where I am, it's Floyd Bennett in Brooklyn, New York. So like there's a big field, and you can see like there's going to be various activities. We're near the water, so there's a good amount of water sports. Mostly, I think they try to keep the water clean, so there's sailing as well as like individual boating. I can't show anything, which I feel bad because this is like the same thing over and over again. So if I have a picture, I'll take it out. It's not likely though that I do. Here, this is my on-the-go bag. So most people who do come here, they come with a trailer, and mostly with I would say the old school kayaks, because we have a pretty pretty niche group of people who like the waters. So if you came to the area, you'd find a good amount of outdoors people who are actually, city life people too. So I've seen like business people, lawyers who love the water. I think if you were to look on the map again, we were very close to the Hudson Bay, the Hudson River even, that connects like Verrazano and a bunch of bridges that go up Hudson Valley, which is like upstate New York, which you can do a lot of more outdoor activity. We're in the city, so you wouldn't get too much of that over here. But really quickly, the waterway by us, you get a good amount of boating activities. So I know the kayakers around here. Anyway, to the left is a food court. It's not that great. It has some cheap salad. They grill pizza too. So I guess I did want to say more, but it's not the time. So, this is, by the way, is REI. I was in the city too. REI has a branch in Manhattan. They're kind of very competitive, so they took their space, of course, right next to Eastern Mountain Sports. I don't know if anybody notices or anybody likes that kind of activity. Are there kayak rentals on the Hudson? You know what? If you really like kayaking, if you like Manhattan, you could actually kayak in Brooklyn Bridge. Right next to the Brooklyn Bridge, they have a small bay, small inlet, which you have for you could. I don't know if you can hear me. You could paddle within a very small area near Manhattan, right under the bridge, and it's free. They have a boat club, which is maintained only by the people who like the sports. So, like, if you were to look up Brooklyn Bridge Park, it has a ton of activity just for the community and whoever supports it. So that's kayaking, not really close to. Oh, you're Clinton Hills, so you know that, right? So Brooklyn Bridge Park, you can look that up. They have a conservatory, and I was just recently, like, just to play some sports, and they have stand-up paddling, they have kayaking, and they have probably 2 people kayaking if you sign up. Yeah, cool. I'm by Jamaica Bay, and they do that in Jamaica Bay too. And the experience by here is more natural. So they have this, like, even right off of Manhattan Beach or the Rockaways. They have even more of a natural reserve, especially for birds. Stand-up paddling is by the Brooklyn Bridge. I saw the boats. They probably wanted to train you a little more before you go on it, but I don't think they restrict you very much. I haven't done it there. I've done it elsewhere, but I saw they have an assortment of stand-up paddles. And actually, I was going to mention, so you probably know Governor's Island, and always on Governor's Island they have an overnight sleeping trip, which is kind of secret because it's meant for boating clubs. Awesome. So check it out. There's a New York Waterway too, which tries to promote clean water for for people who like nature, which whoever spends time in nature kind of likes nature. And if you look up, I think it's New York Water Day. They have special activities, especially in that area. You meet other boaters. So you can check that again. I think Thursday is the day that they have free open paddles. Once you sign up with them, even once you volunteer, I think you could go on special trips with them too. And you can find it, I'm sure. If not, you could tweet Eagle Ed is me. Later. Have a great one. Thanks for tuning in.